Imagine a fire alarm rings right now, and one of our great judges comes down to the stage with me and they say, "Don't panic." And they hand you a booklet, and they play an unbelievably creepy video that says, "Stay put in the event of fire," just before they all get up and run off to their own expensive fireproof bunker. That'll give you some idea of what it was like living in Britain in 1981 and witnessing the release of Protect and Survive, Britain's hauntingly useless nuclear civil defense program. Some examples of the advice it offered include how to build your own indestructible door fortress and how to properly label and dispose of family members in garbage bags. For some reason, this caused a bit of a backlash. But who wrote this and why? Did they believe it? What were the real plans? These are questions I had to answer, as to date, there have been no books written about Protect and Survive. It doesn't help that most of the documents surrounding the program's creation had been classified, until very recently. So I headed to Great Britain to find answers, but what I found was the story of a group of civil servants tasked with the impossible goal of protecting over 55 million people from nuclear war with a budget of a few £1 million. First, I saw a shadow of conspiracy. I read that many of the program's authors were aware it wouldn't work. I had an idea when I saw that the program director received a memo saying, "We don't do anything to help people in apartment buildings," to which he wrote back, "Trying to help everyone in the event of nuclear war is just egalitarian twaddle." But then I thought, this makes sense. If you saw a useless civil defense video, would you be more inclined to vote for the only party campaigning on the platform of maintaining nuclear weapons as a deterrent to nuclear war in the first place? Many British people did. In fact, it served the Conservative Party quite well for 20 consecutive years. So the more I read, the more I realized this isn't just a British story or a Cold War story or a pocket topic. Everyone I talked to about Protect and Survive was fascinated because it's an immediately relatable story about humanity. It's about humans' amazing ability to grasp at hope when there's seemingly none. You know, when I read some of the official protocols and I read regulations such as, in the event the Prime Minister cannot perform their duties, the decision to launch a counterstrike shall be made by someone else, I read that as a wonderful story of people trying to do something, anything, to prolong their civilization in the bleakest of scenarios. Now, challenges define us. So too did they define a nation. What better way to study a culture than to learn about them at their most desperate and their deepest, darkest fears? The Blitz continues to define Britain, and so too will Protect and Survive, once its story has been told. Thank you very much.